Next, we'll be looking at the medical and behavioral page, which is the third one down if you look in the sidebar. And this page is relatively simple, so this one should actually go pretty quick. You'll see, as we saw in the population summary page, that on the left-hand side we have a histogram, and whereas the other histogram showed that we were much closer to a normal distribution where most observations, most people assessed, have scores somewhere in the middle, here we're not looking at scores on an assessment, we're looking at the number of needs that are present. And that number of needs could be medical needs or behavioral needs. So if you look at the chart settings up on the top, you have the option of displaying the medical needs, the behavioral needs, or either of those. And you can also, like before, control the number of bins that there are on this graph. And look for sort of very fine-grained look at the number of assessments that people, or the number of medical or behavioral needs that people have, etc. So if we look here, just to summarize, so here we see that this group of people who really has a mean of around 1 medical and behavioral need combined. That could be a medical need or a behavioral need. It's just combined medical and behavioral needs when you select both. That's 7,830 people, right? And then we move along to this group of people who have a mean of 2.9 medical and behavioral needs combined, and so on and so forth. Again, you can filter all of this by a specific region or a specific CMH agency in order to get the detail for that agency. And when you do that, so let's select one right now. Let's go with North Care. You'll see that the numbers change, obviously, and also that the details on the chart change as well. And this actually, so you can actually take a picture of the chart and it should capture all of the information here with this information about which filters have been applied. So we're going to go and zoom back out to the state level. And then we're going to look also at this other chart, which is a bar chart. So they have the same sort of shape, but this one's a histogram. So the number is the number of people who are in a range of scores. A bar chart is just giving the number of people who had a medical or behavioral need indicated on their assessment. And then it is looking at a little bit at the type of need, right? So any given medical or behavioral need can be noted as having some support needed or extensive support needed. And those are indicated here by different colors. So the people, so if we look at specific needs here, we see that assault in the behavioral needs area has the greatest number of people with that need. So nearly 10,000. And that 1,901 of those individuals need extensive support, whereas 7,675 of those assessed thus far need some support in that area. And then we can sort of move on down the line and look at any specific area. So here, transferring, which is a medical need, we can see the level of support there as well. In these two levels of support for transferring and the number of people in the population who have that need. So like I said, this section is actually pretty simple and straightforward. If you do have questions, feel free to click on these About tabs and look at the detail provided there. And we will move on to our next section. Thank you.